Ross, 3-0 victory against Hemel Hempstead today. Really impressive. Could have even been more. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, could have been more. I think we've had plenty of chances to put a few more goals away. But listen, we can't argue. They've had a good run of form. They've been playing well. Hemel very organised, well disciplined, and I think today showed that when we play our stuff, we're a handful for anyone. So loads of positives. I think Adnan maybe had one save and a crossbar from a free kick, which great free kick, but we've sort of limited them to not too much, which is really pleasing. So yeah, real positive performance. 3-0. Probably could have been a couple more if I'm being really critical of the players of taking their chances, but overall can't complain, and a good 3 points.
I was going to say, you touched on it then, coming into the game, Hemel, well, they are a really good team. Probably the best Hemel side I think we've seen for a while. And we had to be at it today. First half, we were okay. Second half, we really, I don't want to say ran away with it, but we were much better. What did you say to the lads at half-time?
Yeah, I mean, first half was average. It didn't feel like us. It felt a bit slow, and they didn't press us much, and I think we took too many touches because we could. The boys know the standards are better than that. But again, we could have scored a couple more in the first half. I'm thinking the one got flashed across and we didn't lock the back post well enough. Had a couple half chances, but overall first half wasn't us. I just said to them we need to wake up. They're still in the game, and a goal changes this game. So the actual attitude from the boys to then kick on and go again second half and put a real effort in was first class. So yeah, I think the second half felt better. I think we need to be a little bit more clinical. We've had a few good chances there. I know Kingy's made 2 really good saves from Josh, but he knows he'll put those away next time. And listen, the 3 points was the main thing, and we got that today.
Talking about clinicalness and there, I think the best thing to focus in on that is the first goal. The ball's played down for Aaron into Will Dawes, perfect cross into the box, and Parker volleys home. Great start to the game. How pleased were you with that?
Yeah, Josh has been superb today. He actually doesn't get as many fouls as he should. He gets wrestled and he gets thrown around at times, and he's fighting 3 men and still getting fouled, and he doesn't really get any fouls, which is crazy at times. But listen, he's been a rock for us up front. Experienced boy, and I think that he's been really good for the group, and he got his goal today, but he could have got a couple more. But to a man today, I thought everyone was on it, and yeah, first half was a little bit slow. We weren't playing badly, it was just not our normal rhythm, but once that started clicking second half, we could have scored a few more. So yeah, really pleased with that. It's important now we rest up and make sure we prepare for a big week ahead.
Would have to agree with what you've just said there, and in reality we've touched on it a little bit. It could have been a lot more. Lewis Mitchell's had a great header off the line. Craig King has made some superb saves, especially one to deny Josh Parker, and then there's also an incident where Craig King probably should have been sent off when he's handled it outside the box, however got a yellow card. Thankfully that decision hasn't gone against us in terms of the result today. How do you see that as a manager? Bad letter of the law, should have been a red card, wasn't given. Is it just one of those things, or are you a bit frustrated maybe because they didn't have a goalkeeper on the bench and they would have had to shake things about with 10 men? We could have got a few more.
I mean, at the time I was obviously furious because it looked like a red card. It looked to everyone like a red card. Handled it outside. Josh Parker was there sniffing. But I spoke to the refs and the officials after the game, and they broke it down of why. And listen, when they break it down and explain it, if that's the rule, that's the rule. I won't go too much into it because it's still a little bit confusing. I sort of used the Nick Pope example as something similar. Out of his box, handled it, got a red, got sent off. Didn't really see much difference in that. If anything, we were closer to the goal. It was only 19 yards out. So. Yeah, I think if the result would have changed and would have conceded or drawn a game, or they would have got a bit of rhythm, I would have been furious. But listen, we've got to understand it's a difficult job for the referees. We had it last week. It was a difficult game from last week. It was difficult today, but I thought he managed the game quite well overall. And yeah, I think it feels good because it's 3-0. But again, if the score would have changed, I think there would have been a different feeling after the game after that decision. So. We can't dwell on that too much. Kingy made some great saves as well. We know Kingy really well. He was a good servant for us, and he's kept him in the game here at points. And got to give him credit for that. But I think we should take our chances a bit more. But other than that, yeah, 3 points today. We keep on moving, and we keep rolling with it.
I just want to speak about the management of the game. Obviously, that decision, it took a lot of time for him to make that decision and kind of settle down and get going again. Plus a couple of yellow cards in the first half. A lot, emotions were running high throughout the game, but we managed it well, and we were on top, having a lot of momentum in the game. That momentum, when there's a break in play, can clearly shift. It didn't. How important is that to keep going on throughout the season?
Yeah, it's a mentality thing. That's quite an easy thing to let sort of rattle us mentally. But we were in the rhythm second half, and we were feeling it. The feel good factor was there. We had our yard back that we didn't have in the first half. Our tempo was quicker, passing was quicker, moving off the ball was quicker and more dynamic. Everyone wanted the ball. We moved it 2-touch. So we didn't let it affect us, and that's brilliant to see, because I think those decisions can be turning points in game. They get a bit of momentum maybe to put it in a box, might nick one, then it's whoever's game. So yeah, the management of the game was really crucial on the field. Obviously we made a couple changes. Obviously Kenneth coming back in today, and then Jack coming on later. Alfie Potter shoring up the midfield, and I thought it was a real professional performance second half, and something that we've been striving for all season. I think we got it right today, so big credit to the players that execute it. So it feels good, and now we move on.
To go anywhere away and pick up 3 points is hugely impressive. Another hectic day of Vanarama National League South football, twists and turns. I think I've not had a look at all the other results, but there's been some movers in the table. We're up to third. Obviously we're not looking at the table, but how important is it just to go into every game trying to win and keep on accumulating those points? Yeah,
I've said it all along. We've got to focus on ourselves. Last week I said it, we need to focus on ourselves, and we did, and we played some really good football. We had I think Kenneth had a bit of a bug all week. Zach had a bit of a dodgy stomach Thursday, so we was carrying a couple, but I thought the performance today, you'd never know that. Everyone stuck to the challenge. Fleety took a massive knock on his ankle, and a warrior he is. He got through it, led the team, and led us to 3 points. So Josh as well. We took some knocks today, but the character of the boys to keep on going and pull us through a real difficult place to come, and real organised team. They've been doing really well, so we have to give them that credit. And today we needed to stand up to the challenge, and we did.
Final question from me, won't keep you anymore because it's absolutely freezing. How are we looking for injuries? You mentioned Fleet and Canis Carroll there. What about the other lads? Seen Charlie Rowan, Tom Harrison doing a bit of running before. How are we looking as a squad?
Yeah, fine. We don't have the biggest squad at the moment, but to have those boys back and then around us would be brilliant. I don't know how far they are. They're back running on the pitch, they're back kicking the ball, but we'll have to see how long it takes. But those boys have been absolutely first class. Sometimes when you're injured and the team are doing well, sometimes I've seen it that players go quiet because their player who's in their position is doing well. But those boys have been the complete opposite. They've been Michio's cheerleader, they've been Canis's cheerleader, and Jack's cheerleader, and Andre's cheerleaders, and they've been really supportive of the back line and everyone on the pitch. And I think that togetherness is important. We need to keep that going. But the main thing is we stay fit and healthy. So from now to the end of the season, we need to look after ourselves, train properly, tackle properly in games. We took a few knocks today, but I'm sure if we keep everyone fit, we'll have a good go at it.
Well, Ross, congratulations and thanks very much for your time.
Cheers.